log 4.02, designation 606. The land of the antisocial.
Look how many fucking people there are in this server alone. 7? 10? There's almost 20 people in this server, and not one person has said a word to anybody else. Not one chat message, no fucking emoticons, nothing. Just clicking on each other. What the fuck is the point in having people? What the fuck is the point in anybody existing at all? It does not make any sense to me. See? Man, what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is the point? It's so empty. It's empty and lifeless. It's like a car. It's like driving in your car. It's a fundamentally antisocial experiment.
The planet of Counter-Strike is a fundamentally antisocial world. I've been racking my brain over exploring this realm for a long time. As I stepped foot in it, the picture became clear. I had spent a bit of my childhood here. An ancient, low-fidelity version, but time spent nonetheless.
It's really embarrassing. That's why I think Chivalry 2 is so tragic. Team Fortress 2 gets it right. At every corner. It's a fundamentally social game. You go in and you partake with other people. Same thing with Chivalry 2. It's just like, it's got this primordial feel to it. Like, you can feel like, oh, if they just worked a little harder on, instead of the gameplay, instead they just worked out the socialization features, this could have been a game that stands the test of time. You know? You can feel that primordial, like, social energy that you crave when you see another person. It's got instrumentation, emotes, it's got all these interactivities, that awkward spacing between you and the other players. It's all melee except for archers. You know, and you had this awkward space in between you and the players that you're looking at, to where it creates this social space. This liminality between you and the person that you're looking at. Where it's not just this empty fucking thresher killing machine that, like, capitalism has created. But games like this, games like Delta Force, games like League of Legends, there is none of that. It's an empty thresher. It's an empty world. It's such a beautifully... These worlds... Look at this fucking place. This is such a beautifully handcrafted world. A map designer took time. They had to thresh out, like, nooks and crannies and make sure it's all designed well. This is like a brand new engine and everything. A lot of game design went into this. But it's a fundamentally empty space. It's a fundamentally anti-social arena. Nothing here happens.
I remembered it fondly. As I had no internet in my youth, my brother was there to keep me company as we partook in the activities.
And you know, that's like a big part of it too, because I see that in myself. I see the antisocial tendencies in myself as well. Like the desire to be around other people but not really interact with them at all. Because this is, believe it or not, this is not what it looks like to interact with another human being. This is not interacting with other humans. These are bots fighting against each other. You know, there is nothing human about this. They aren't even trying to socialize. You know, at least I was trying to socialize by grabbing a taser and a knife and attempting to work out some, like, some soft interaction between people. Give somebody a laugh. Do anything. But this guy runs in there, dies, and then what? What does he feel? What does that look like on the other side of the screen? Is there a human there? Or does he pick up his fucking phone and doom scroll? Does he like, I don't really care anymore? Is he mad? Does he punch his fucking screen? Does he slam his desk? Does he say, that's fucking stupid? Anything? Or is it just, I'm gonna run in there and die and then spawn again in another fucking minute and a half? Is there any emotions, you know? Anything? Anything at all? Or is it just another fundamentally antisocial experience? Just not really doing anything. Nothing productive, nothing counterproductive. It's not even a challenge to the status quo. Even match. And it's 0-7. There's some socialization right there. Probably, you know, that's a funny joke. It's 0-7 and he says even match. There you go, there's something. But is that gonna be the last fucking message that's said all game? How many more rounds of this is there? And when's the next time somebody else is gonna type a message? When's the next time somebody's gonna interact with something? Is anybody gonna buy a taser? How about running there with a knife? Are you gonna make a fucking fool of yourself in an attempt to fucking pull some emotion from somebody else? To make yourself feel good? To make other people feel good? To do anything for humanity and socialization? Or are you just gonna fucking... just more antisocial, crouch in a corner and wait for the bot on the other side of the screen to show up so you can click on him? When the fuck do you talk to somebody, man?
But as I now come back several centuries later, it feels different. Even surrounded by all the familiar denizens, everything had changed. Not the environments or the tools, those are the same, but the people I was interacting with. Or rather, the lack of people I was interacting with. My journey back to this planet was an extremely enlightening experience. Mostly on the basis that I couldn't tell who was real and who wasn't. I explored the space as thoroughly as I could, venturing to distant environments. A general communication device could be used for the denizens to communicate. But they either didn't use it, or the conversations would quickly dissolve due to environmental factors. When I tried venturing beyond the cordon cities, I was met with empty realms. Something tells me, even if they were more populated, those that craved sociability would be a tiny fraction of this world. Eventually, as I observed these creatures longer, I could no longer tell who was real or an apparition. I felt that the denizens fundamentally just didn't want to be here, but that they couldn't handle being anywhere else.